All right, this is the dish that I'm going to be making out of my diabetes cookbook today. I'll need 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil, 1 pound of Brussels sprouts, ends trimmed, thinly sliced. I think I'd enjoy them better if they were whole, so I might not do that part. 1/4 cup of dried cranberries, 2 teaspoons of packed brown sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, I don't have a pound of Brussels sprouts. A pound is 16 ounces, and I got 2 12-ounce bags, so I got 24 ounces. So I got over a pound of Brussels sprouts. So instead of 2 teaspoons of brown sugar, I'm just going to put a whole tablespoon, because a tablespoon is 3 teaspoons. And I need to add a little extra because I've got extra Brussels sprouts. So it says heat oil in large skillet over medium-high heat. Add Brussels sprouts. Cook 10 minutes or until crisp, tender, and beginning to brown, stirring occasionally. Add cranberries, brown sugar, and salt. Cook and stir 5 minutes or until Brussels sprouts are brown. And I believe this is more like a side or a salad. And I'm going to add 2 little round steaks to this, cut up to make it more like a meal. So I'll show you right here in a second. All right, I'm over here at the stove. I got my meat right here. I got my 24 ounces of Brussels sprouts. I got my 1/4 cup of dried cranberries. I got my 1 tablespoon of brown sugar right in there. And I've got my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So that's all the ingredients I need. I got my oil right here, and let's see, there it is. It hit on me. I was going to just measure it out right here in the thing. That's a little bit extra, but I'm going to be frying that meat, and the instructions don't call for that. But I'm going to put it on medium heat, and I'm going to cut up that meat as I put it in there, because I'm not going to fry them in 2 big pieces. But I'll show you what that looks like after I cut it and get it in there. Alright, I got my steak cut up here. Right there's what it looks like, just like little stew chunks that you'd get already cut up at the local Walmart. I'm just going to put them in here. My pan's already hot. I'm just going to let them cook for maybe a minute or 2 before I put the Brussels sprouts in. You know, scratch that. I'm just going to put the Brussels sprouts in now, because the Brussels sprouts has to cook for 10 minutes. I'm pretty sure this meat will be done in 10 minutes also. So I'm just going to go ahead and put my Brussels sprouts right in there. So I'm all right. I'm going to show you what they look like in 10 minutes. They were frozen, so they might have to cook longer than that. Uh, we'll see. This is the first time I've ever attempted this, so we'll see. It's a learn as you go type situation. So I'll catch you in 10 minutes. Hello. I just wanted to tell you that me and Michelle are both wanting to eat healthier. I know I need to. My blood pressure isn't what it should be, and since I've been taking some blood pressure medicine, I've felt a lot better. So it's been in there for 9 minutes. So I'll just bring it over here to you, see what it looks like. I don't think they're nowhere near done because it didn't specify, but they might have expected you to use fresh Brussels sprouts instead of frozen. So I'm thinking I'm going to cook them for another 10 minutes to give that meat a chance to cook and the Brussels sprouts a chance to brown up. So I'm just going to add 10 more minutes. And hopefully they'll be done and I can add my other ingredients when I get back.
If you want these to brown, you're going to have to drain all this liquid out of here and put them back in here.
You think so?
Yes. It's way too much liquid for them to brown in.
Alright. Well, Michelle says we need to drain that liquid off and cook them for about another 5 minutes. So that's what we're going to do. We produced a lot of liquid because the Brussels sprouts were frozen. So, alright, Michelle, she helped me out and she drained that liquid off the bottom of that pan, and I poured it into a measuring cup so I could tell you how much she drained off there. And it's not quite 4 ounces, about 3 ounces of water came out of them Brussels sprouts. So now we got it back on the stove, and it should brown a lot better. And once it's been in there for about 5 more minutes, we're going to add our brown sugar, salt, and cranberries, and finish it up. Alright, I got some brown char on these Brussels sprouts. They're coming along. And I'm going to go ahead and add my brown sugar, salt, and cranberries. And let's see here. Right, I guess it don't matter how they go in.
Those, no. Salt, yes. Sprinkle it across the whole thing. Don't just put it in a pile in the center.
Alright.
Because that sugar is going to caramelize.
I've lost a lot of moisture.
So you're gonna be okay as long as you keep them moving.
I want to keep these moving. That'll help that sugar.
They're probably done.
I'm just going to turn these off because Michelle thinks they're done.
I don't know.
So I'm going to use this little bowl, and I'm going to give me and Michelle like a taste test here. So I'm going to take it off the burner. So come over here, Michelle. Here.
I don't like things flaming hot like Steven does.
Oh.
It's really good. It doesn't say if it needs to be served cold or hot in the recipe, but hot is pretty good. I thought it was gonna be super sweet with the cranberries and the brown sugar, but I think it turned out great.
And that tablespoon of brown sugar I put in there, it might have been more like 2 tablespoons because it was a heaping tablespoon, not level. So if someone knows more about cooking than I do,
There's probably a tablespoon and a half.
a tablespoon and a half. But if I didn't know that I put the brown sugar in there, I wouldn't know it had brown sugar in it. But it's a very subtle sweetness.
Unless you get a cranberry.
But I like it. I think this make a very excellent side or
Main course for 2.
main course for 2. Yeah.
I'm gonna get more in this bowl and I'm gonna go sit down.
I'll catch you later. Thank you for tuning in. If I cook anything else out of that cookbook, I'll be sure to let you know. Bye.
Bye.